This was, you were coming down. And then suddenly there was this sense of the visual field splitting and something lying behind it.
Yeah, it drew apart like a curtain.
I never had exactly that. I remember I had a very anomalous DMT trip once. It was sort of like that. Here's what it was. It was really a strange one. I can't remember where I was, but anyway, I smoked the DMT and I expected to see the chrysanthemum and everything as I described. And instead, when I opened my eyes, or not when I opened my eyes, but when I broke through into the space, I seemed to see red flocked wallpaper in a fleur-de-lis on a wall of some sort. It looked like red flocked wallpaper. And as I looked at this, I dropped my head forward, and there was a water fountain spigot of the kind that you depress and it shoots a stream of water coming out of a marble basin. And it was just perfectly realistic. And then above it, and then I saw above it, was this flocked red wallpaper. And as I was trying to get my bearings in this situation, I turned like 90 degrees, and there was a curtain of red velvet. And I walked through the curtain, and there was a DMT trip up on a huge cinemascope screen. And I just sat down in the aisle seat, and then the trip happened. But there had been this peculiar hesitation where I was apparently in some Art Deco movie palace somewhere on the foyer landing at the water fountain, and I never quite understood what that was about or why it happened, but it had the same quality of the parting curtain revealing the trip somehow already in progress. One of the things that goes on in DMT that's sort of odd is you perceive your body geometry differently. You seem to have an infantile body. You can tell that your head is massive and your body is small and your arms and legs are short. And at times we've played around with the idea that once you smoke DMT, all subsequent trips are like journeys back to this first trip. It's as though you open a nexus in time in your personality, and then every subsequent trip you just return to this open place. There's a very funny feeling about it that is something about the past, something about time. It's hard to put your finger on. I remember one time, this is more explicit, but these are the more anomalous trips. I remember once, must have been 25 years ago, a long time ago, I smoked DMT with these two women, both of which I had a relationship with in the past. And I was living with one of them at the time, and we smoked the DMT together, and I opened my eyes at one point, and one of these women was just aging furiously. Her hair was turning white, her teeth were turning in her mouth, her skin was melting, and it was absolutely startling. And the other one was getting younger at an equal rate, going, 25, 21, 17, 16, 4, and it was like, it didn't feel like it was about my relationship to them or what I thought about A over B. It looked more profound than that. It looked like one of them was going forward in time and one of them was going backward in time, and it was right in front of me, and I didn't say anything. I was too shocked. I didn't know what in the world you could say. I just gaped at this spectacle, and then closed my eyes and went off into something else.